What's up, everybody? Today is August 7th, 2020, and this is my summer harvest. You can see I've harvested a massive zucchini, a couple weird shaped cucumbers, some full-size tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes. I've got 3 different colors of potatoes. I've got spinach leaves, I've got beet leaves, I've got lettuce, and the other thing I did was start some new seeds here in these styrofoam cups. I'm going to show you a little bit about how I did all of this and a few extra little things that I'm working on. So, here we go. All of my romaine that I started earlier has pretty much all gone to seed, and the leaves have become a little bit harder to eat. They're not quite as sweet and easy. They kind of have this white liquid too. So they're okay, but we're going to pick the rest of them today, and then I'm going to have to start another batch of lettuce for my fall harvest. What I'm also going to do is start some raspberry plants inside in my indoor greenhouse. And for those seeds, I've had to cold stratify them, which means you get them a little wet, put them in a paper towel, and leave them in the fridge for 5 or 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks. So what I'm going to do is plant those and some of this here, romaine. So I've been starting seeds a couple different ways. One of them is to use the little peat pods that you get wet and they expand, and they come in a big tray. It looks just like this one right here. But I don't want to start these in there because it requires an extra stage of transportation. I want to get all these seeds started in styrofoam cups. Basically, I went to the dollar store, got these styrofoam cups 2 years ago. I poked a bunch of holes in the bottom for drainage, and then I've got them all set up 15 in just one of these baking trays that I got from the dollar store. So I'm able to plant 30 or more seeds into these cups. We always want to put a few extra seeds in each one in case they don't germinate. I'm going to be using your pretty easily accessible Miracle Grow potting mix. I'm going to take my little tiny shovel and put a scoop of this into each cup. Oh, going to need a smaller amount. That's a mess. You know what? I'll probably just use the cup, scoop right into the... Oh, way better, way better. Let's break up the clumps. I can take my water from the top, and any extra will be caught in the tray so that the roots at the bottom of the cup can pick it up. Or if I want to, I can mist the cups all together and just water from the bottom. I hope I've done it right. I followed the directions on the seed packet. And if we unfold all this, we'll eventually find all of my seeds. You can see them there. It's a very fine job. 1 seed, 1 poke, 1 squitch. So I'm going to try direct sowing some right into the ground. So I'm going to take my shovel here, create a little space. I got some deep mulch here. Deep mulch. There we go. Make a space in the mulch. I think I'm going to do that probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And this side of the house is where I want them to grow anyway. I just want to make sure that in every potential location around the house, I'm growing food. On top of these raspberry plants, later on I'm going to actually plant some red currants that are supposed to actually cold stratify in the fridge for 5 months. Next order of business, my romaine lettuce. These seeds I know come up very nicely, for I've been eating their lettuce for, I don't know, the entire summer so far. This is definitely an easy crop to grow. I'm going to end up growing them inside all winter too. Nobody likes spending $4 for a head of lettuce at the grocery store in the middle of the winter. So I'll grow my own. Doing a power stance here so I'm in the camera. I'm not really this short, I promise. All you really got to do is keep them moist. So I have all of my fall lettuce crop, and my raspberry seeds planted in cups and around the side of the house. But now what you all came here for, seeing what kind of harvest I get at the beginning of August in 2020. First, let's check out my incredible pepper plants. That's these two right here against the fence. If I come nice and close in here, you can see this one has got a ton of peppers growing. Look at those bad boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had planted some spinach, and it is down here all going to seed already because it's so covered by these here plants on the outside. So these little frilly guys are carrots. So they seem to be doing okay considering they're not getting a heck of a lot of sun. In our second raised garden bed, we can see here that my beets are really coming along. Look at these nice beautiful red stems and leaves. So I'm actually going to pick a bunch of these leaves today. We're going to harvest them for our salad. Can you see any beets poking through? You can see it just down there at the base of this here stem. Amazing. I seriously just pulled up this beets. Alright then. Well, we got one little tiny beet. I'm not sure which this one is. It's either a cauliflower or a broccoli, but damn, it's going well. Here you can see my sweet whiskey barrel flowers have really taken off. They attract all sorts of butterflies and stuff. These other flowers are still really surviving well. Let's check out the raspberries here. Plant's getting bushier, but I don't see any fresh raspberries here. Now these bad boys are cabbage plants. They've been a little eaten, but you can see they are growing. That's pretty nice. And then this guy is the Blackberry Bush, and it's really started to grow like crazy. Look at this thing shooting out the side. What I think I might do is transplant this back over there, because this cherry tree I got from Home Depot is just doing terribly. Some bugs were eating it. It's just not growing. I don't know. Got a dud. And here is my crop of lettuce that, as you can see, is all going to seed. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick as much of this as possible, as the leaves are still relatively edible. So we're going to have a huge salad today with that mixed with the beet greens. So I've gone ahead and harvested all of the good leaves on all of these plants that have gone to seed. What I want to do now, seeing as I already started some more seeds for the fall harvest, I'm going to take all of these that are seeding and cut them off at the stem and hope that they regrow. The worst that happens is they don't, and I'll just grow some new ones. So I'll just get down here, snip, goodbye, and that's all the lettuce. Now this beautiful beast is my trellis, absolutely filled with cherry tomatoes. There are tons of them. I picked, like 200 of them a couple days ago. They're perfectly ripe, a lot of them. They were starting to split, and therefore I gotta pick them as fast as I can. Look at that bad boy. It's time to get some cherry tomatoes off this massive bush. Get the little red ones and then the bigger yellow and orange ones. Who knows? This here is my spinach crop. It's not great in a salad, but if I chop it into little bits, put it in the freezer, I can mix it into a stir fry at some point. I think that's gonna work pretty well. A lot of it's been eaten, but I'm gonna look for the good leaves like this one. Oh yeah, no bug marks on that one. Gonna have to cook it though, or it'll be a little tough. And here's my haul of spinach and beet leaves. Woohoo! In the front here are a couple cucumber plants that I planted later in the season. You can see they're really growing. I gotta find a trellis for these before they start producing fruit. And back behind them are the tomatoes that I planted later in the season. You can see one in the back here, already growing pretty big, that's almost ready to harvest. Back here, this tangled mess are green beans. Problem is, up in here, there's an orgy of these little beetle bugs. I already blasted them with the hose, but they just really like this. The little flowers are coming in, and those will turn into beans. I'm pretty sure. But I gotta do something about these bugs. What a pain in the butt. These two bad boys just got from a friend are tobacco plants. Now, I don't smoke it or use it in any way, but, you know, why not try growing it? Now, this bad boy right here is my potato bucket. And I'm pretty sure, because all the leaves are starting to turn yellow and fall back, that it's actually ready to harvest. So, we're going to dump it out today and take a look at what kind of potatoes we're getting. I'm hoping that this is going to be the most exciting dump of potatoes that there ever was. So far, not so exciting. I'm gonna get my pitchfork. Don't want to be too rough with it. I am seeing potatoes. That's a potato. Oh, look at that. This thing's doing great. That's awesome. Look at all that. Way more than I ever thought I'd get. See, this one, it's just a little gooey. What I'm probably going to end up doing, though, just planting all this stuff right back into the bottom of the bucket, and we'll see if it grows again. All these beauties here are all the carrots that went in at the beginning of the season that I was really worried about not growing very big. But as you can see, they're growing quite big. Let me see if we can see a carrot top here. Oh, not quite. As far as I understand it, when I can see the carrot peeking out of the soil, then it's ready to go. Beside the carrots, we got a few more of these cabbage plants right in here. And actually, these ones around here are some of the leftover turnips that I actually just kind of shifted down to this point in the garden, and they seem like they were dead, but they seem to have recovered, so maybe a few bonus turnips at the end. And here are the rest of those cabbage plants. You see right here, that's the start of a cucumber. And I've already harvested 5 or 6 of them that were, you know, about 6 inches long. So this plant's doing really well. Now this here wild mess is my zucchini plant. This incredible specimen. Look at this thing here. I think it's about time to harvest this bad boy so my plant can stand up straight again. Got my knife, and it's a tiny knife, but it should do the trick. Oh, woo! Look at that thing. Oh man, I hope it's good. Who knows? And try to stand my plant back up. Look at that. That'll give some more sun here to my cucumbers. Maybe I can get a few of those off the ground too. Cool. And the last thing in this garden are these 2 full-size tomato plants. They're doing a great job producing tomatoes. This one here, I think I can harvest those 2 today. I think they're ripe. The one behind it will just be a couple more days. And I've already gotten a few off of this one, but you can see, look at this craziness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They look like Granny Smith apples, frankly. It's kind of crazy. Just a quick update on our carrot bucket race. You can see that Graham's bucket is quite a bit more thick in the foliage department than my bucket. But we will see how the carrots themselves have grown. Perhaps he overseeded his, and the carrots will come out stunted, and mine will come out superior. And there you have it. That's my mid-August update. We'll check back in soon once we've worked on the shed, and some more things have started to grow in the garden. I'll keep everyone posted. Please like and subscribe, and see ya next time.